Hey Jerry, it's Bree here with Northland Marketing. As promised, I am going ahead and recording this quick audit here just to go over your site, what some of the competition in the area is doing, and how we can help. So first, taking a look at your site. I know we obviously talked about how it needs to be updated. It's been around since 2013, so it is outdated, no worries. But there's definitely some things that we can help with the site. So some of the things that I want to mention that you probably noticed with Creative Home's site is that his site has quite a bit of content on it. Obviously, the site can still be beautiful and have a decent amount of content, but it has some content on it, and that's because it's going to help it rank. It's really important to have enough content on your site to, one, beat out the competitors, and two, Google really likes to see a minimum of about 1,500 words. When they go through, they read the content and they're trying to figure out what you do and where you serve. The more content you have, the more you're going to look like an expert in their eyes. And again, as long as you're beating out the competition, like if the competition had 1,000 words and you had about 1,500 words, then this is going to be showing Google that you're the expert in the area. Now, in addition to that, in the content, you'll see that we have keywords, and I'll go over that in just a minute. But we have terms that people would be searching for. So like, for example, if someone was searching for home remodeling Framingham, Mass, and you had home remodeling Framingham, Mass all over your site's going to be really relevant in the Google search results. So it's important that we, of course, have a beautiful looking site, but that we have enough content on here and we have keywords within the content. So that's really the biggest thing that I'm seeing when I look at this site, at least from the SEO side of things. It doesn't really have any content, and it definitely doesn't have the keywords within the content. Now, if we did a Google search for home remodeling Framingham, Mass, the first thing you're going to see pop up is the Google guaranteed results. Now, these are a new type of Google ad called the Google guaranteed ads, and they are excellent. We run these for all of our clients, and I just love them. You've probably heard about Google Ads, or maybe you've even heard the term of PPC Google Ads. Those ads were the norm, and they're very expensive to run. There's not guaranteed results, and they can be a tricky road to go down. I highly recommend these. This is something we can help with, and I'll go over it a little bit more in detail at the time of the proposal. But I love them. They only charge per lead. If no leads come in, they don't charge you. We can dispute leads. And as far as all the services go for paying per lead, these are like 1 million times better than freaking Angie's or Thumbtack or any of the other ones where you can pay per lead that are all terrible. These are actually really good because it's through Google. It's people Googling, they come here, the first thing they see is these companies, they see their Google guaranteed, and then they click get quote, or they call. That's where they come from. So it's like the best thing we can possibly do for Google Ads. Now, the thing below here, this is called the map pack, and the top 3 are the ones that are going to receive a lot of the work because they're super easy to find and they're listed right away. The way you can get yourself into these top 3 is, one, of course, by having one. 2, filling it out as much as possible. Name, address, phone number, services. You can get reviews, you can post to it. Like, you can really fill these out as much as possible. And then 3, getting your name, address, and phone number in online directories, things like Yelp and Yellow Pages. This is adding more of your information online, and it will match the information on your profile. Google will realize that, oh, they are a pretty legit company. So you really want to work on, and this is, again, all stuff we can do for you, but you really want to get those things out there so that the profile will rank better. Of course, reviews plays a big part as well. The websites listed below here, these are called the organics, and the same thing, you want to be in the top 3. I can see Maze Restoration is the first company. I can actually see Creative Home Improvements is the second company here. But let's take a look at the first company now that Maze is first in the results. If we take a look, we go to their site. I actually don't like it. I actually really don't like this site. But they've got a decent amount of content. This also looks like it's a pretty outdated site. yeah, it is an older site. So it's an older site, but you'll see that they've got a lot of content on here. They're doing a good job content wise, and they must have some keywords in here. Even if they don't have specific keywords in here, it's obvious enough to Google that they are in Framingham and they're relevant there. Now, this is a paid program I use called Iris to go ahead and research the back end of a site. I put maze restoration in here so we can see what you're up against. The next thing I want to call attention to is the UR and DR ratings. These numbers are really important for where you fall within the Google search results. A UR rating is essentially a trust rating with Google, and a DR rating is essentially a power rating with Google. In the scheme of things, these numbers are pretty low. This isn't too shabby, but this is low, which is good. That means that it's not super cutthroat, at least in the Framingham area. I know when you start to get over towards Boston, it's out of control. But some of those towns around Framingham, I remember they weren't too bad, which is good news. One of the main ways you can raise these numbers is through something called a backlink. All a backlink really is just a shout out or a brand endorsement from another website. So if there was another site and they said on their website, hey everyone, Mazy Restoration is the best ever, check them out, and they had a button back to their site, that's a brand endorsement or a backlink. And the good news is we can click on this and go through and see what backlinks they actually have and obtain those for your site. And lastly, and most importantly, I want to talk about the keywords. And these are the keywords that I was talking about before. For example, home remodeling Framingham, Mass. There's approximately 10 people who Google this per month. And this is important because if we know the exact terms, then we know exactly what keywords to put on your website. There wasn't a whole heck of a lot. Oh, there is kitchen remodeling Framingham, Mass. There's approximately 20 people who Googled this. Oh, there are. Okay, so there are some others showing up. Bathroom remodel Framingham, Mass. Approximately 20. Bathroom remodeling approximately 10. Wayland, Natick. So I'm not sure what other towns you serve. That'll be a conversation that we have. It's important for us to do this research because then we know exactly what we're going after. Now, if we go to your website's ratings, we can see, of course, these are really low, but that's totally normal when you're not working with a marketing company. And when I take a look at the keywords that you're found for, we can see it's mainly really just your name. So while that's important to be found for your name, we really want to make sure that you're found for those important keywords that people are searching for. I hope that this makes sense, and I look forward to speaking with you Thursday. Have a great day.